Welcome to Model Horse Tack School. My name is Carrie, and today we're going to do the Temu Haul. So Temu is an app, and I was very suspicious of it. I don't know if you've seen any advertising for it. Temu, it's an app. They have a lot of stuff. I think it's all direct from China. So you don't have to go through a retailer for things that you would normally, buy from a retailer. So I'll start off with this tool. I haven't used it yet, but I think when I start doing harnesses and I need the curvy stuff, it'll be nice to be able to get really round wire to make my hames and everything. So I think that's pretty cool. It's got all these different diameters. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different diameters for making loops. So I also got these new, a lot of stuff I haven't even tried. Noisy. So I have diamond files, and yeah, mine are getting pretty worn by the feel of this. So I'm replacing the ones I have, and this was a set, which after seeing that medieval armor, I kind of want to make that. And so I'll probably need files for the metal, whatever metal I decide to use. But anyways, that's a pretty good tools. For my sewing machine, I don't know, if you guys, you get a sewing machine, they give you a screwdriver that's like that long, and it's really hard to maneuver. But these are the two different types for sewing machines, and so that should make my life a little easier when I'm messing with the bobbin and the needles and everything. Here's a set of awls, or needle on a stick, and they're not very good. Let me see, made in China, right? They're not very good. This one here, I think I'm gonna have to Dremel. That one too. So they're not real sharp. This one's okay, but those are gonna need a little work. So not real happy with the awls. Pretty needles are not that great, but I could still use them as a needle on a stick, because as you know, I use my needle on a stick a lot, and this is a nicer handle than one I have. I don't know how these will work. They're supposed to be for paper cutting, and I'm going to see what happens if I use them for tooling. Let's see if the tip is smaller than my blades. So basically it's well, that's already a problem. How very cheap that is. Yeah, that's a problem. All right, really cheap ass. But there's your blades. And then this one here. See, that one clicks in place. Huh. I may have to find another pen to put that in, just so I have a pen that works. I'll try and figure that out. But there's a little blade on the tip of here, and it's supposed to be for paper cutting, so I don't know how much life it has for leather, but I thought I'd give that a try, because it's always nice to have a smaller blade. I don't know. Tools are interesting to me. I like new tools. All right, so now I've already used this a lot, and this is a jump ring opener closer. I really like this. It keeps my hands free, so I can work it and then go back to, whatever I'm doing. I really like these. It came in a set of 3, and I've been using them, and they're really awesome. Okay, so for harnesses, there's on the hames, there's usually a 1-to-3 ratio on the hames. And so I used these before I used them all up, making some harnesses, and I want to do a harness module so you can see that, how a harness is made, and then you can make whatever harness you want to make from there. But so on the hames you need something like this, and so I bought these for that. Now when I was doing my Arabian costumes, I have a book of Arabian costumes. For Hollywood style, these are tassel tops. And it's hard to find them this small. You usually find the 6mm ones for the really big beads. These are actually caps for like beads. Let's see if I can get any closer. But basically, you get your tassel inside. Let's see if I can find one on its side. I don't want to rip these open. So here's one on its side. So you put the tassel on the big end with lots of, you know, embroidery thread it through, and then you can put beads on the top, and then you have these really cool tassels. And I did that silver and gold. That blue costume for Aloha Mora has a ton of these, so I've used all mine up. Glad to find more. Really happy to find more. This is not very exciting. It's just crimp beads. These will qualify as a, let's find out, I think they were a 3mm, and I don't go bigger than 3mm. 3mm smaller. Let's see again, not very exciting, but a good collection of jump rings because I never have enough. So these are silvery, they're not silver. So there's silver gray or silver color, and then these are the other color. These are more utilitarian, so I would use this for. A lot of times these aren't as strong though. I have to bust the tape to open them up, so I'll see if they're as strong as these. And then these are 6mm, and I use so many 6mm. I can never have enough of those. I believe it only goes down to a 2. So that's good. I got a good supply of jump rings, and they were a good price. So I don't know if this excites you, but I have an embroidery machine and a sewing machine, and I am using them more and more for tack. And so these were reasonably priced sewing machine needles, and it's a good collection of all the different sizes. I use 16 and 18 when I'm doing like suede, when I do the suede seats. You get the design in there in my embroidery machine. The 14s and the 12s, those are real common size for just regular fabric. And then for really fine fabric, like if I'm doing, this is an 11, I can use the 11 and the 12 and the 14 interchangeably. 14's a little thicker, but the 11s are for really fine fabrics. And occasionally I'm doing Arabian costumes, or some type of costume has a lighter weight fabric. So good to get a collection of needles because I use these up quite quickly. Let's see. Now I did, I got these. And we'll see if I can make, you know, those tools, a tool where I can do like tooling, Western tooling edges. Now, of course, these I don't think so because there's nothing in the center for me to attach the wheel to. And I don't need the hands of time here, so we'll get rid of those. I don't know about that one. But they're different sizes, and so that means they're going to be a different pattern. Like, see how that's much further apart. So I'm going to have to create something, probably a dowel with a pin, you know, a split dowel with a metal pin so that I can use it for making those and designs. And they're all different, so that should be interesting. I've never made a tool like that before, but hey, you know, they were cheap, so I might as well give it a try. Should probably just throw those away. I never use them. All right, so then I've been showing some of the rodeo. I have more actually than what I've showed for rodeo ideas for you know, showing models. And one of them was the mounted shooting, and it's like, well, where do you get pistols? So, I mean, not all of these. Obviously, bullet, hand grenades, we can't use those. Here's another bullet, can't use that. I mean, that's going to be too big. So, these are all too big. And then, let's see, maybe that seems a lot really large. Guns N' Roses, I don't know about those. But what they did have when I got down to it, These 6-shooters I think are perfect. So I got 4 of those 6-shooters. I don't know about those. Depends. Police maybe. These are adorable. I don't know. I should call those adorable. Hearts. It's hearts and roses. They try hard to make them not seem lethal. And then for this, if I wanted, I can, something smaller, and, you know, use my Dremel and cut this one loose and maybe even, you know, make it a little smaller. So those are those. And then last but not least, I have swords. Now a lot of these I know are just, you know, I don't know. I don't know. That might be, I have to research what that is for a costume. You got these staffs. I'll probably put those out. I don't know. That's a spear. And, I mean, because if I had to make it longer, I could cut that off and then, you know, put it on something else longer. But these are all swords. Don't know what that is. And so for costumes, those are about the right size. They're doable. So as I get closer to doing, you know, those types of costumes, at least I now have options. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm trying to think forward. Anyways, that's what I found on Temu. There was a whole bunch more. It does take a while to get from China to the United States, so it's not like a 2-day delivery. I had 4 separate shipments, small amounts, because I could have spent a lot of money on there. That's stuff for the house, stuff for the garden, and then crafts. And so just want you to know my experience has actually been really good with them. And I thought the prices are very reasonable. So if you want to check that out and see if they have any of these things or anything else that you can use for your tag making, that would be awesome. Thank you for spending time with me today. Like, subscribe, tell all your friends about the channel, and you have yourself a really good day.